Vince Lovaglio and Mike Reyes on Tim Tebow.
You know, Vin, it's kind of hard to really even compare this guy or really evaluate him because he's such a different player and quarterback than anyone we've really ever seen. I mean, even more so than the Slash, Cordell Stewart, the Michael Vicks of these days, because in reality, he's not even half the passer of those guys.
No, he isn't. And the key word you used there was different. He is different. And when Mike Vick entered the league, I wouldn't necessarily say it was run first, but with Tim Tebow, it is run first.
No, it's definitely run first.
It's run first, pass second, and he's not your normal quarterback. He's not your Tom Brady, your Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. He's not that, and he'll never be that. And I think Denver has to accept that, and I think they kind of accepted it for right now. Right now, Tim Tebow is good for the Broncos, and he's good for the NFL. But my whole thing is, I don't know how long it's going to last.
Yeah, the one thing that you can say about Tim Tebow, especially going back to the college days, he is a winner. Even with this team was 1-4 when he took it over. He goes 7-4 as a starter, albeit a lot of it. You know, I know he had some fourth quarter wins, but he just looked downright awful
Horrible.
In a lot of these games.
There was games where he had like 50 yards.
Brutal.
It was pathetic.
2 completions in one game.
Yes.
It was embarrassing to watch. But with that being said, they did make the playoffs, and even though going into the season we all knew and said, you know, this team is it's pathetic. The fact that he did win 7 games with this awful team around him.
And won a playoff game.
And a playoff game against a team that went to the Super Bowl last year in the Pittsburgh Steelers. And John Elway, there's one thing with Tebow. He deserves the right to be the starting quarterback going into next season.
Yes, that he does.
He definitely does. And Elway is said that he's going to work with him. And I think this is huge to see how much he does grow over the offseason
and I think,
as a passer.
And I think people lose sight of that is the fact that he is only in his second season in the league.
Yeah.
And he may progress, but the whole thing is
he's
that
got
style,
so much to grow.
He has so much to grow,
yeah.
but that style can last only so long. Mighty, go to Michael Vick. How many full seasons has he played?
Here's one thing, though, that you can't say between the two. Vic, I don't know how much he weighs, but he's obviously a lot skinnier and not as strong
Absolutely,
as Tim Tebow.
But you know something? At the quarterback position, you cannot take a beating like that every single week.
No, you can't.
And bottom line is this, Mighty, I don't see him having a long and successful career at the quarterback position. I just don't see it.